Hey everyone, Val here, and it is Soup-tember. So I'm in a collab with a bunch of other channels, and it started by Joan over at Joan's Pointed Plate, and I'm going to put a link to all of their channels in the description box below. So go over and check out whatever soups they're going to make for Soup-tember. We're going to try to be healthy inspired. And mine's gonna have a little bit of an Asian flair to it. Yeah, I wanted to try something healthy, something that I could make that I would enjoy. Steve is out of town, so I get to enjoy this soup myself. Steve is not a big seafood person, so this is a great opportunity for me to cook up something with a little shrimp and some clams in it that with a little bit of Asian flair to it, that's healthy. And I think I'm really gonna like it, but I hope so. So I don't cook from recipes. I kind of cook from what I have in my house, or what I like, or what I'm inspired by. I don't use a whole lot of recipes for cooking. Now for baking is different. I will follow a recipe to bake. If I bake, I don't bake very often. But for cooking, I'm gonna go with what I like. So I looked up some Asian recipes and got a few little ideas, picked out some items I enjoy, and we're gonna put this together. So let me show you the ingredients that I'm gonna be going with. Our base for the soup is gonna be reduced sodium, chicken broth, and this is fat-free. We're gonna start with that as our base. We're gonna be using some flavors like some green onion, and we got some garlic, and those are going to be some basic flavors. I have sugar snap peas, which I absolutely love. I have some baby bok choy, again a very nice vegetable. Some shiitake mushrooms. I love mushrooms. Steve is not a mushroom, don't put mushrooms in my food person. I do have some baby carrots that I'm going to be dicing up, and then for my meats or seafood, I have some shrimp. I have some chopped clams. I have some fish that we caught in the lake, and I got a small packet of it here. I'm going to cut some of that up and put some of that in with it. I'm going to use some sesame sauce. I don't have soy sauce. I was looking for my soy sauce. I couldn't find it. So I found some sesame sauce. I'm going to use that in there just for a little bit of extra flavor in there. And then I have some Japanese noodles, and I'm not going to use the whole pack, but I'm going to use a few of these to add some noodles to it. So let me get these items chopped up, and let's get the soup started and see how it turns out. I have 2 cups of the broth and 2 cups of water in my pitcher, and I'm going to dump it in to my pan, and I'm going to get this warming up. Now I may add, depending on how this cooks up, I may add some more broth. I do have some more broth left, so I may add some more to this, but for right now I'm going to start with this. You can adjust as you cook. I always adjust as I cook. So let's start with this, and let me get this warming up, and then we'll put some more ingredients in the pot. Okay, my broth is boiling, so I'm going to add in, this is my garlic is in the bottom of this. I have my onions, green onions, and I have my carrots, because I want the carrots to cook up just a little bit. I don't want them too soft, but I do want them to get a little bit cooked up. This I'm going to put in different stages because some of it will cook faster than others. So let's just put a little bit of this in and get this started and get the flavor starting to mix in here, and then we'll add the next step. We'll bring it back up to a boil. Actually, it's up to a boil. I'm just going to reduce it down to a medium heat. I've also got some roasted garlic peppercorns, and I'm going to add some of that in there also. I'll put a few peppercorns. I'm not going to add salt because I really try to stay pretty salt free. I don't try to eat a whole lot of salt, and I buy the reduced sodium in a lot of the stuff that I cook with, so I don't have a whole lot of salt. But we're going to go ahead and let this come up back up to a boil and let that cook up for probably about 5 minutes, and then I'll add the next ingredient. I cooked the soup for about 5 minutes or so now. I'm going to add in the baby bok choy and the snow peas. I'll put those into the soup, and I'm going to cook it for probably another, let's say, couple of minutes. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of this chicken broth, and this is a 32-ounce container, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to need it all. So, and then I'm just going to add a little bit more water in there. Just make sure that there's enough broth in there for this soup to cook up nicely. I'm going to bring it back up to a boil, and then I'm going to add the noodles while the bok choy and the snow peas are cooking. My soup is back up to a boil. I'm going to turn it down to medium heat, and I took 1 package of the Japanese noodles. There is 300 calories in 1 package, but I'm not going to eat all this soup in one day, so this will probably be split into, you know, probably 4 or 5 meals, I would think, because there's a lot of soup here. I'm going to go ahead, the noodles take about 5 to 10 minutes to cook, so I'm going to go ahead and put those in now. The rest of the soup is looking and smelling wonderful, so we're going to let that keep on cooking. I do have my shiitake mushrooms. I'm going to add those also into my pot and let those cook down a little bit. What do y'all think? Is it looking good? Would you eat this soup? It's all vegetables and broth. It's pretty good for you. Alright, let's let that cook down. Let's do another 5 to 7 minutes on that. Alright, and I'll be back to add the shrimp and the clams and the fish, and then we'll give this a try. Okay, 6 minutes are up. This is what it's looking like so far. I'm just going to add a little bit of the sesame sauce to the broth. Not a lot, just enough to give it a little bit of added flavor. That should be good. And the final step is to add my shrimp and my clams and the fish, and that shouldn't take but a minute or so to cook, because it doesn't take long for shrimp. As soon as they turn pink, they're done. Fish is the same way. Fish cooks really quickly. And so let's bring that back up to a boil, and we'll give this soup a try. My soup is done. This is what it's looking like. Everything looks good. See, the shrimp are cooked. There's some pieces of fish in there that are cooked. I'm gonna plate this up and I'm gonna give it a try. I have my soup all plated up. Look how wonderful that looks. Doesn't that look wonderful? It's still smoking hot. I'm going to give it a try. I didn't want to overcook it. I wanted to make sure that I still had a little bit of texture in my vegetables. I don't want all my vegetables soggy. I'm not one for cooking everything until it's soggy. So I have a snow pea and some bok choy on this spoon. I wish I had some chopsticks. I could eat this with some chopsticks. The flavor is there. The flavor is wonderful. It's a really nice broth. It's a nice chicken broth. I got the shrimp and a mushroom. The shrimp are cooked well. Oh, I'm loving it. The onions and the carrots are perfect. I am really gonna enjoy this soup. Steve's gonna be calling a couple days. I'm gonna be eating soup because I do like to eat different than he does, and this is really good. So go check out the channels in the description box below. See what soups they're making, and give these soups a try. Like I said, I was just trying to do something fun that I would enjoy, a little bit of Asian inspiration going on there. Wanted to have some fresh vegetables and some seafood, and this is gonna be perfect for me. So thank you all for watching. Check out those other channels. Subscribe if you're not subscribed and you want to, and I'll catch y'all on the next video. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'm gonna eat my soup. Bye now.